Hello and welcome to The Beard Talks. As you know, I am the man with the beard who talks to a camera about stuff that has interested him, and then you view and leave comments, likes, and hopefully all really good. But sometimes it can be bad. But oh well, life will go on until the end of 2012 when the Mayans think it will end. Oh well, on with the show. Right, today's show is mainly about movies. Yes, all about movie news. Stuff that's just mainly just come up with movies and stuff that I thought you might not know or not really heard much about. Right, a few of you, I don't know if you've all heard, but Appendix Day 2, I think they're making a new one. It's going to be, I think it's like a sequel to the last one with Will Smith, Jeff Goldblum in that. Don't know what's going to happen, but most likely the alien's going to come back a little bit pissed and just declare all out war on us, and I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to survive. There's not much plot details going around at the moment, but I do know that they're writing it at the moment. Ronald Emmerich is writing it at the moment, mainly for the characters, not the screenplay, because he wrote the screenplay and story for the first one. He also wrote the screenplay for Stargate, Godzilla 2012, 10,000 BC, and The Day After Tomorrow. This man seems like I'm just a disaster man. I like writing disaster stories. The world would end, probably. But yeah, he's at the moment writing the characters mainly for this film. I don't know if he's going to go on to write the story as well, but that's in development mode. The main thing is he's doing it. So I think he's done these great movies. I think it's going to be great, whatever he does with the sequel. And he also mentioned to all the Stargate fans, it's just like, especially me, I love Stargate. I loved SG1, SGA, and SGU. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. And the film as well, sorry, the motion picture as well. And he said he wants to do further films because he wants to do a part 2 and part 3 to see where the story goes. I don't know if that will tie into the TV series, but he says he hasn't had the time, but it's something he would like to do in the future. So maybe in the future, a new Stargate film, proper film, not the TV show films, but a proper film maybe in the works. So that's something to look forward to. Right, next is Wolverine, the next Wolverine film starring Hugh Jackman as Wolverine with his claws going or something like that. Is doing its it's doing its casting call. It's cast quite a lot of the actors, and a lot of the actors are going to be proper Japanese actors. By this I mean they're actually people who mainly work in Japan and like just are hired just because they're Japanese actors, not like well, I would say Jackie Chan, but if you watch Jackie Chan, if you go from like Jackie Chan's early work, like early movies, and all the way up to nowadays, you can see a massive change. So they've cast proper Japanese actors that star in Japanese films and TV series over there as part of the characters in the film. As they haven't released much, but the plot is mainly that Wolverine, or Logan, is in Japan, still being like a massive warrior and an outcast, as always. And it's samurai steel versus adamantium claws. And this is just mainly what should happen. It's like what's going on, because there's supposed to be samurai swords are supposed to be some of the most toughest swords in the world, or something like that. It's made specifically out of a metal and alloy that makes them superior to any other sword. Apparently, I'm not too sure if that's entirely true, but that's what I've heard. And according to them, well, what I've heard, sorry, not them, that the what was it? Yeah, that was it. There's going to be an epic battle at the end of the movie where an old mysterious figure turns up from Logan's past, and it will change him forever. So that's quite interesting. There's not much other plot details out there. It's just they're still casting properly, but they've cast most of the Japanese actors they have. So that's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to that when that comes out. I think that's coming out 2014, I believe. Might be earlier, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's looked forward to. Right, everyone hoping for a Justice League movie? Yeah, some of us are after the greatness of the Avengers. But the only problem with the Justice League movie is that they only really have Batman and Green Lantern and possibly Superman, but that film's been rebooted so many times it's getting a bit ridiculous now. Even though the Superman the Man is still a new film coming out next year, especially quite well done and quite good as well, judging by what I've heard. But not entirely sure. But there are a few characters short, if I'm honest, such as the Martian, Wonder Woman, etc. But enough about Justice League. If you're thinking Chris Nolan was going to do it, he has said no. He has no interest in even going near it, or even becoming a part of it, or even helping out of it. He's even said that The Dark Knight Rises, will be his last story of take on the story of the Batman he's created. This is the last one. He's not doing it. He's not even going to touch any more Batman solo films for Warner Brothers or anyone else. He's not even going to go near it. So expect some new stuff from Chris Nolan in the future. It's kind of saddening, but I think it's probably a good shout on him. He's done three. The third film, I think, is just going to blow the other two out the water. And I think it could make as much money possibly as the Avengers. Not entirely sure about that, but I think it's going to be really, really close, because I think this film is really, really, everyone's just like really hyped up for it. The amount of spots they've released, trailers, etc., everyone's just like, this is going to be epic. And even Chris Nolan has said the ending will surprise you. You will not guess the ending, so that's even better. Even though all of us in the theatre are just, some of us in the theatre are just going to go, oh, I'm going to get, that guy's going to die, that guy's going to be Batman, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, saying like that. But I'm looking forward to The Dark Knight Rises. Hopefully see it when it comes out on the day. If not, the next day or the next day after that. But I'll see it preferably in the first week of it being released. So, all the people thinking Chris Nolan was going to be doing a Justice League movie. Sorry, it's not. Right, on to other characters, gaming characters. Assassin's Creed will be making a movie for the game, and Michael Fassbender, the android from Prometheus, if you've seen it, or Magneto from X-Men First Class, is going to be starring it and co-producing it. Apparently, Ubisoft went to Sony Pictures and went, "We'd like to make an Assassin's Creed film." And they went, "All right then." But after negotiations broke down between them about how much pay, etc., the Ubisoft went aside and went, "Right, we'll make our own movie studio," and they called it Ubisoft Motion Pictures, or UMP. And they made this, and Michael Fassbender is going to co-produce it with Ubisoft UMP. Sorry, UMP. They're going to co-produce the film, and so I think that's fantastic. It's just like Assassin's Creed is a fantastic story. The first game just is an awesome story. I believe it's going to be first. I think they're going to do the first game like Desmond Miles gets recruited by a secret agency, mostly by the Templars, to relive his ancestors' lives of Altair. I'm not too sure if they're going to do Ezio, the future games, or even Assassin's Creed 3. That probably could be a trilogy of films, really, as they go through. But there's so much potential for this film. There's so much in the game. For everyone who's played the game, you know there's so much potential for this. It's just like the storylines of the game are fantastic. You don't have to have all the time. The main storyline, it's just awesome. I think this is a really, really good shout by Ubisoft, and I think this film could really do it. And there's no plans on when it's going to be released. It's just I don't even know if a script's been written, but I know they're thinking about it and will be doing it. And I think Michael Fassbender as possibly, that they haven't actually confirmed this, as Desmond Miles and / Altair / Ezio. He hasn't confirmed it, but I think he will play him, because I believe he is the perfect character for him. Other people might disagree, but I think it's a good shout on them. I'm glad they went, we want to make this movie, and they made their own movie studios, and are going forward with it. And because Ubisoft are a gaming company, I believe they're going to do some of the CGI in their gaming studios, etc. Because nowadays if they get the CGI right, even the game studios, the CGI looks fantastic. Even in the games, I go to one game really with the CGI is fantastic. Is Halo Wars. the Halo Wars cutscenes. You could put that all together and make that bloody movie. Those cutscenes were just pristine. The graphics just flow so well. Everything was just brilliant. All the mouse line up to. I was just, oh wow! If they can do that, wow. We're sorry about that. Just knocked something over. But yeah, if they can do that, then this is good. And because they're going to be doing it possibly most of the CGI in their own games, it's going to cut the cost as well, because they don't have to branch out to other CGI companies to get it done. They can do it themselves. And they can do it the way they like. So that is pretty damn good. And the CEO of UMP said Michael Fassbender is our first choice for the film. So I think that's pretty damn good. And during this interview, which I'll post a link down below, you can go to it and read it full. He also said Ubisoft are looking to adapt and make future movies mainly on Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, which I think Ghost Recon, that's going to be awesome. And Splinter Cell, you could probably make a decent film, probably in the later games, you could probably make a really, really good film of, but I'm not too sure of the earlier games. Probably be a bit too slow, where if you played them, you'd be just creeping around. Ghost Recon, yeah, I can see that. If you did a film on Ghost Recon Future Soldier, where you're using all this latest technology, I think that'd be fantastic. I think that would make a good film. Though these are just plans, they haven't got any script, any plans of when it's going to be released. They just would like to adapt these films for the future. So we could be looking at a few good films in the future. And so that's enough of that one. Also, just a quick update, Star Trek 2 villain update is Carl Urban dropped a little bit of information during his Dread 3D press conference, saying Khan will not be the villain in Star Trek 2, which I think everyone's like, oh no, really? That's a shame. But this could be a really diversionary tactic for him and just setting everyone down another angle. So, don't know. It could be true, could be not. But I thought I'd let you people know. And on the last bit of news, it's not movie news, it's mainly gaming news. Do you think you have a fantastic game collection? I don't have a fantastic game. I have about 30 odd games. About 25 on the Xbox, 5 on the PS3. And I think that's a good game collection. But you think you've got large game collections, like you've got so many Xbox, blah blah blah. You may be mistaken. A guy has, I don't know if it's a guy or a woman, but I believe it's probably a guy, has put his game stash for sale on eBay. It's already been sold. I put a link down below where you can go and see it. Sorry, but those to play it up. As you can tell by my voice. Excuse me. Excuse me. Right, sorry. As I was going, I'll put a link down below. You can go and have a quick look at it. Excuse me. As he said, he's put his collection includes. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to read off the screen. His collection includes all games ever released on Nintendo home systems from Famicom to GameCube. All games ever released on Sega systems. All games ever released in NEC systems. All factory sealed on the NEC systems. Meaning he's never opened them. Oh God, sorry. Apologise, everyone. I think that's just I read through it and I think it's just probably well over 1,000 possibly games, possibly just over 1,000 or under 1,000, around about 1,000 mark. Yeah, I ain't got a clue. But yeah, I looked quickly through them and I think it was around about that mark. And it sold for, what was it? $1.2 million or £793,000. That's just so you think you had a good game collection. Unfortunately not. This guy's just sold his for almost $1 million, so there is hope for some of us who have some games, but I don't think you're going to get as big as that. It's just, I put a link down to go and have a look. He's got tons of pictures of every game. He has all the games in his in the cupboard, etc. Sorry, excuse me. Go and check it out. It is awesome and mind-boggling. Right, I all hope you have a great Tuesday, morning, evening or afternoon. yeah, it doesn't matter which way around. But I hope you all have a great Tuesday, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. And just remember, people, keep calm. Grow a beard. Can't be that bad. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.